Welcome to Overlooked Pearls, a show where I test out strange ideas nobody spends their time thinking about. Today's topic, Cho'Gath support. Cho'Gath is special in his versatility. He is classified as a specialist, capable of adjusting his playstyle to any role in the game. Thanks to this flexibility, he also makes for a great support. His entire kit is loaded with CC. His Q ability is a knock-up on a 4-second cooldown. His W is an AoE silence with a slow. His E can shred through enemies while slowing them down. Not to mention his ult is an execute that can help secure dragons. He can also heavily benefit off Rod of Ages and other utility support items, making him very gold efficient. At this point, there's no denying his potential as a poke utility support. At first, I thought about going Arcane Comet for a standard poke build, but after testing it, I decided that Glacial Augment will be better. Glacial Augment provides a lot more utility and damage in both early game and late game than Arcane Comet. The damage debuff to them plus the slow effect is an easy setup for ADCs such as Samira, Jhin, or Caitlyn to DPS. You also don't lose out on too much damage when using Glacial Augment as well. The only downside to Glacial Augment is that you have to land your Q, which I hope you can do if you're playing Cho'Gath support. Take Boots, Biscuits for early mana, and Approach Velocity for follow-ups. Take Mana Flow Band for extra mana and Transcendence for CDR. Take CDR for your minor runes and Adaptive Force and whatever you need for the third one. Start off with Spell Thief's Edge and 2 health pots. Rod of Ages will be your mythic because it is one of the cheapest mythics, gives Cho all the stats he wants, and helps him scale faster. It is the best budget item for Cho. For boots, I recommend Ionians for the faster cooldowns or either Merc Treads or Armor Boots for defensive play. We're doing a full utility build, so go for Knight's Vow to complete the core build. The remaining 2 items can either be Ziggy's Convergence if your mid laner is fed, Rylai's Crystal Scepter for even more CC, Thornmail or Morellonomicon for anti-heal, Warmogs if poke is a problem, Force of Nature for AP heavy teams, Demonic's Embrace if you are Giga-fed, and Watchful Wardstone as a final item. My personal recommendation for most cases is Thornmail and Watchful Wardstone. Take Q first as your main poking and CC tool. The skill upgrade tree should look something like this. Mana will be a slight issue in the early laning phase, so buy a mana crystal on your first back. Feel free to use biscuits to regain mana as well. This also makes landing your Qs very important to your mana management. A tip to landing them is to hide in bushes or use Q when the enemy is about to cast a skill or CS. If your ADC has any CC, try to combo off of them to guarantee Q knockup. Learn to become consistent at this because every Q knockup with Glacial Augment proc is a possible kill or a really good trade. The overall strategy would be to try to get a kill to snowball your lane as quick as possible while working towards building Rod of Ages. The sooner you can build Rod of Ages, the quicker you'll scale. Also, if the enemy is playing under tower and you have been holding your R for more than 40 seconds, eat a caster or melee minion to get a feast stack. There's no point in holding onto your ult if they're never going to fight you. By now, you should have completed Boots and built Rod of Ages, ideally with some Knight's Vow components. Cho is kinda slow, so it's not that ideal to go roaming. Stick to your ADC like Void Glue and help them push. Focus on peeling for them and getting as many feast stacks as you can. A large part of your late game power will come from these stacks, so keep an eye out for potential targets. Try and save your ult for dragon fights to secure dragon. In team fights, aim your Q for the highest DPS threat. The Glacial Augment will cripple their DPS output and leave them vulnerable for a dive from your team. Stay near your ADC at all times to peel when necessary. The game should be well over before you even complete your build. But if it isn't, then you should be pretty strong even without the full build, thanks to Rod of Ages being fully stacked and your ample supply of feast stacks. Stay with someone at all times, especially your ADC. Teamfight, peel, win. Landing one good Q can be crucial to winning the fight, so aim well. Here are the pros and cons of support Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath has such an incredible kit for support that I'm surprised not many people have talked about it yet. I am incredibly happy to know that my favorite champion is actually viable as a support, allowing me to one-trick him in any lane I want. While it might be discouraging to play a slow, clunky, and skill shot dependent champ, I can guarantee you that support Cho'Gath is worth trying out at least once. What do you think? Are you a fan of support Cho'Gath? Do you believe in more damage or utility? Tank Cho or AP Cho? Have you done other strange builds on Cho'Gath? Do you have your own suggestions for this series? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. Over 90% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel, so consider doing so if you're interested. I'll catch you guys later. Rock Tofu, signing off.